Picture yourself at the base of a towering mountain, its peak shrouded in a storm's fierce embrace. The wind howls, biting at your skin, and the path ahead is jagged, steep, and unforgiving. This is no ordinary climb. This mountain is your dream, massive, daunting, and worth every drop of sweat. You feel the weight of it already, don't you? That burning vision in your chest, that relentless call to create something extraordinary. It pulls you forward, even as the storm threatens to push you back. Welcome to the journey of big dreams. They are not gentle whispers, they are thunderous demands. And to answer their call, you must understand the magnitude of what you chase and the sacrifices it will carve from your life. In this ascent, there is no shortcut, no easy ridge. Big dreams need big sacrifices, and only through discipline will you conquer the storm. Let's begin the climb together. Imagine a young artist, paintbrush trembling in hand, staring at a blank canvas in a dimly lit room. Her name is Maya, and her dream is to see her art in galleries across the world, to move hearts with every stroke. But the path is a lonely one. While her friends laugh over drinks on Friday nights, she's hunched over her easel, perfecting a single shadow. Invitations pile up unanswered. Her phone buzzes with messages. Come out just for an hour. But each hour given to laughter is an hour stolen from her craft. Sleep becomes a stranger as she wrestles with self-doubt. Is this worth it? Will anyone ever see my work? Her hands ache, her eyes burn, but she paints on, driven by a vision only she can see. One night, after months of isolation, Maya faces a breaking point. A gallery rejection letter sits on her desk, sharp as a blade. She could quit, rejoin the world, and let her brushes gather dust. But she remembers the mountain. This storm of sacrifice, this biting wind of loneliness, it's part of her ascent. She tears the letter in half, picks up her brush, and paints through the tears. Months later, a small local gallery accepts her piece. It's not global recognition, not yet, but it's a foothold on the slope. The lesson is clear: the weight of your vision demands you surrender what's easy for what's essential. Like climbing through a storm, every step of sacrifice brings you closer to the peak. Now picture an aspiring entrepreneur named Ethan hunched over a laptop at 3 a.m., the glow of spreadsheets illuminating his tired face. His dream is to build a business that changes lives, a tech startup to connect communities in ways never imagined. But the reality is brutal. His savings are dwindling, bills are stacking up, and every investor meeting ends with a polite, "We'll think about it." Friends drift away, unable to relate to his endless grind. Family questions his choices. Why not take a stable job? Sleepless nights blur into days as he codes, pitches, and rebuilds, fueled by nothing but a vision and black coffee. One evening, Ethan hits a wall. A major investor pulls out, and the weight of failure looms like an avalanche. He could walk away, take that stable job, and sleep without worry. But he envisions the mountain, his dream, towering above the storm of sacrifice raging around him. He recalls a quote from Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. "A quitter never wins, and a winner never quits." Ethan chooses to endure. He scraps his pitch, refines his idea, and knocks on 10 more doors. One opens. A small investment, just enough to keep climbing. The lesson echoes Maya's: the magnitude of your dream will strip you bare, but each sacrifice is a step upward through the storm. Pause for a moment. Look at the mountain before you. See how the storm rages, how the wind tears at your resolve, how the cold seeps into your bones. This is no accident. Big dreams are not handed to you on a silver tray. They are forged in the crucible of struggle. The storm is not your enemy, it's your teacher. It demands sacrifice, not to break you, but to shape you. How many times have you turned back at the first gust of hardship? How often have you traded a fleeting comfort for a lifelong regret? Understand this: the magnitude of your vision is measured not by its size, but by what you're willing to give up to reach it. Think of sacrifice as the gravel underfoot on this ascent. Each step grinds against your soles, painful and relentless, but it's the only path to the summit. You don't climb a mountain by wishing for clear skies. You climb by enduring the tempest. The late nights, the missed celebrations, the financial strain, these are not losses. They are investments in a future only you can see. As Jim Rohn once said, we must all suffer one of two things: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Which will you choose? Embrace the storm. Let it teach you resilience. Let it carve you into someone worthy of the peak. Feel the weight on your shoulders as you climb. It's not just the physical strain, it's the burden of your vision. Big dreams are heavy. They pull at your heart, demanding more than you thought you had to give. They ask for your time, your energy, your comfort, sometimes even your relationships. And yet, isn't that the point? A dream worth chasing is a dream worth bleeding for. If it were easy, everyone would stand at the summit. But the mountain is lonely for a reason. Its slopes are littered with the footprints of those who turned back, unable to bear the load. Consider this: what have you already sacrificed for lesser things? Hours scrolling mindlessly, days spent in jobs that drain your soul energy, given to doubts that never served you. Now redirect that. Carry the weight of your vision with purpose. See the storm not as a barrier, but as a filter separating those who dream from those who do. The sacrifices you make today, those sleepless nights, those quiet refusals of temptation, they are the stones you lay to build your cathedral. Endure the weight. It's proof your dream matters. When the storm of sacrifice feels too fierce, stop. Breathe. Don't let emotions sweep you off the mountain. Take a moment to measure what you're giving up against what you're gaining. Grab a notebook and write down 3 things. What are you sacrificing right now? What does your dream promise in return? And why does that promise matter more than the cost? Be honest. If you're skipping a night out to work on your craft, write it. If you're cutting expenses to fund your business, name it. Then stare at your dream's promise. The galleries show the thriving company, the life you envision. Let that vision outweigh the loss. This isn't just an exercise, it's a shield against doubt. When the wind howls and sacrifice stings, revisit your list. Remind yourself that every no to distraction is a yes to your summit. Discipline yourself to see the trade-off not as pain, but as power. One step at a time, you're carving your path upward. The mountain doesn't care if you're tired. The storm won't pause for your excuses. To endure the sacrifices your dream demands, forge a routine as unyielding as the rock beneath your feet. Start small, but start now. Set a non-negotiable time each day to work toward your vision, whether it's 2 hours of painting, coding, or planning. Guard that time like a fortress. Tell yourself, this is my climb. No one else can take this step for me. When temptation pulls, friends calling, sleep beckoning, anchor yourself with a single question. Will this move me closer to the peak? If the answer is no, let it go. Sacrifice isn't random, it's deliberate. Build a habit of choosing your dream over comfort. Over time, this routine becomes your rope, steadying you against the storm. Discipline isn't a gift, it's a muscle. Train it daily and watch how the weight of your vision feels lighter with every step. Gaze upward through the swirling clouds. You can't see the summit yet, but you know it's there. That's the nature of big dreams. They live beyond the storm, beyond the sacrifices, in a place only the disciplined reach. Understand this truth: the magnitude of your dream isn't just in its grandeur, but in the transformation it demands of you. You don't just climb to achieve, you climb to become. Every sacrifice strips away weakness, every gust of hardship tempers your resolve. You are not the same person who started at the base. The storm has changed you. Ask yourself, what version of you waits at the top? Stronger, wiser, unbreakable, someone who knows the cost of greatness and paid it willingly. As Stephen Covey wrote in The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, begin with the end in mind. See that summit now, even through the rain. Let it pull you forward. Sacrifice isn't the end, it's the bridge. Cross it with purpose and trust that the view from the top will make every struggle a distant memory. You've felt the weight of your vision, haven't you? You've seen it in Maya's lonely nights at the easel and Ethan's sleepless grind in the storm that rages around your own mountain. Big dreams are not light burdens. They are heavy with promise and heavier with sacrifice. But that's the lesson of this ascent. The magnitude of what you chase is matched only by what you're willing to give up to claim it. Sacrifice isn't loss, it's the currency of greatness. Discipline isn't a chain, it's the rope that keeps you steady when the wind howls. Hold fast to this truth as you climb, for the storm will test you again and again. As we prepare to move deeper into this journey, remember that the path only steepens from here. The next stretch will demand even more, not just sacrifice, but the strength to sustain it. Brace yourself. Keep your eyes on the peak. The storm may rage, but you are stronger than you know. Final mantra, endure the storm. Your summit awaits. Picture yourself lost in a boundless desert, the sun a merciless hammer beating down on your weary frame. Your throat burns with thirst, your feet ache from endless trudging, and then there it is, a shimmering oasis on the horizon, promising cool watershade and rest. You quicken your pace, heart pounding with hope, only to find nothing but sand when you arrive. A mirage, a cruel trick of the mind. This, my friend, is the temptation that stalks your journey toward big dreams. The false promises, the glittering distractions, the shortcuts that lure you away from the disciplined sacrifice your vision demands. In this vast desert of ambition, you must learn to see through the mirage to keep marching toward the true destination, even when every fiber of your being screams for relief. For big dreams are not built on fleeting illusions, they are forged in the unrelenting heat of discipline. Let's walk this path together and uncover how to resist the temptation of the mirage before it steals your destiny. Imagine you're a student burning the midnight oil, hunched over textbooks and notes, grinding through a rigorous study schedule to ace a life-changing exam. Your dream is clear, a career that lifts you and your family to new heights. But the hours are brutal. Your eyes sting, your back aches, and doubt creeps in like a shadow. Then, while scrolling online, you stumble across a glittering promise, an instant success course. It claims to condense years of learning into weeks, guaranteeing results with minimal effort. The website glows with testimonials, flashy graphics, and bold claims. It's your oasis in the desert of struggle. Why grind when you can glide? You abandon your schedule, pay the fee, and dive in expecting transformation. Weeks pass. The course is shallow, vague tips, recycled content, no depth. You've learned nothing tangible, and the exam looms closer. Panic sets in. You've lost time, money, and momentum. The mirage has vanished, leaving you parched and further from your goal. You sit defeated, staring at the sand where your oasis once shimmered, realizing the bitter truth: there was no shortcut. Your dream demanded sacrifice, a steady march through the heat of effort. As you pick up your books again, wiser but wounded, you understand that discipline isn't just a choice, it's your compass. Without it, every mirage will pull you off course. This lesson burns like the desert sun. The temptation of quick fixes is a trap. True progress lies in the slow, deliberate steps you take, even when they feel unbearable. The mirage promised relief, but it only deepened your thirst. Your dream is the real oasis, and discipline is the map to reach it. Now picture yourself as a fitness enthusiast driven by the vision of a stronger, healthier body. You've committed to consistent training, sweating through workouts, measuring portions, building grit with every rep. Your dream is to run a marathon, to feel your body as a vessel of power. But progress is slow. Muscles ache, fatigue lingers, and the mirror doesn't reflect the change you crave. Then a friend raves about a fad diet, a miracle plan, promising rapid fat loss and muscle gain in just weeks. No more grueling hours at the gym, no more strict meals. It's your shimmering oasis, a shortcut through the desert of discipline. You ditch your routine, buy the supplements, and follow the plan, convinced success is just days away. Days turn to weeks. The diet leaves you weak, irritable, and hungry. The promised results never come. Your energy crashes, and your body feels worse than before. The marathon dream slips further away as you realize you've traded steady progress for an empty illusion. The mirage has dissolved, revealing only barren sand. You return to your weights, your runs, your meals, humbled by the truth. Big dreams don't bow to shortcuts. They demand sacrifice, the kind that carves strength from struggle. As you lace up your shoes again, you see it clearly: the oasis was never real. Your true reward lies at the end of a disciplined path, one step at a time. This story echoes the same lesson. The mirage of instant results blinds you to the power of persistence. Discipline is your shield against false promises, your guide through the desert of temptation. Hold fast to it, for your dream awaits beyond the illusion. Let's pause and peer deeper into this desert of ambition where mirages shimmer with deadly allure. What is it about these false promises that draws you in? Is it the ache of effort, the weight of sacrifice that makes the illusion so seductive? You see, the mirage isn't just a trick of light, it's a reflection of your own desires, a distorted mirror of what you wish to be true. It whispers that success can be easy, that dreams don't require pain, that you can bypass the forge of discipline and still emerge as steel. But here's the timeless truth: a mirage cannot quench your thirst, no matter how real it seems. It's a phantom born of impatience, vanishing the moment you reach for it. Think of your journey as a trek across an endless dune. Each step is heavy, each sacrifice a burden. But it's in this very struggle that your dream takes shape. The mirage offers a shortcut, a cool pool to dive into, but it's a lie that leaves you drier than before. How many times have you chased such illusions, only to find yourself lost? How many dreams have you delayed for the promise of easier paths? The desert teaches us patience. It demands that you trust the map of discipline, even when the horizon looks barren. For beyond the mirage, beyond the temptation, lies the true oasis, your vision hard-earned and real. Resist the illusion. Keep walking. The heat of sacrifice is shaping you into something unbreakable. Let's linger a moment longer in this desert of dreams and distractions. The mirage isn't just a false promise, it's a thief. It steals your focus, your time, your resolve. Every time you veer toward its shimmer, you stray from the rugged path of sacrifice that big dreams demand. Think of discipline as a river cutting through stone, not flashy, not fast, but relentless. It carves canyons over time, creating wonders through sheer persistence. The mirage, though, is a fleeting gust of wind, promising change but leaving no mark. It pulls you from the river's course, scattering your efforts into the sand. Ask yourself, what distractions have you let derail your journey? What glittering illusions have you chased only to find emptiness? The cost of distraction isn't just lost time, it's lost faith in yourself. Each mirage you pursue chips away at your belief, whispering that maybe your dream isn't worth the fight. But here's the revelation: the desert doesn't care about your doubts. It tests you, yes, but it also rewards those who endure. Discipline is your anchor in this storm of temptation. It keeps you grounded when the mirage beckons. So stand firm. Let the illusions fade. Your dream is no phantom, it's a mountain waiting for you to climb it, built on the bedrock of sacrifice. Keep your eyes on the peak, not the shimmer in the distance. Now let's arm you with a tool to navigate this desert of temptation. When distractions and false promises loom, pause, take a breath, and ask yourself 3 questions. First, does this path align with my long-term vision, or is it just a quick escape from discomfort? Second, what evidence do I have that this shortcut delivers real results, not just empty hype? Third, am I willing to risk the time and energy I've already invested for an unproven promise? Write down your answers. Be brutally honest. Often the act of putting pen to paper reveals the mirage for what it is: a fleeting illusion, not a true solution. Next, anchor yourself to your original plan. Keep a small reminder of your dream nearby, a note, a photo, a symbol of why you started. When the shimmer of distraction appears, glance at this reminder. Let it pull you back to the path of discipline. Remember, the desert is vast and mirages are many, but your dream is singular. Protect it. Sacrifice isn't easy, but it's real. So when the next instant success scheme or fad whispers your name, stand tall. See through the illusion. Choose the hard road, for it's the one that leads to your true oasis. Here's another shield to wield against the mirage: build a fortress of accountability. Share your dream and your discipline plan with someone you trust, a mentor, a friend, a family member. Tell them your sacrifices, your struggles, and your temptations. Ask them to check in with you, to challenge you when they see you drifting towards shortcuts. This external voice can be a lifeline, cutting through the haze of distraction when your own resolve wavers. Also, track your progress daily. Use a journal or an app to log your efforts, no matter how small. When the mirage of easier paths tempts you, look at this record. See the steps you've taken, the sacrifices you've made. Let it remind you that discipline compounds over time, like a seed breaking through soil to become a mighty tree. The mirage offers instant blooms, but they wither in a day. Your dream, nurtured by consistent sacrifice, will stand for a lifetime. So fortify yourself. Build walls of accountability and evidence against temptation. Keep marching through the desert, for your true reward is closer than the illusion dares to admit. As Napoleon Hill wrote in Think and Grow, rich desire is the starting point of all achievement, not a hope, not a wish, but a keen, pulsating desire which transcends everything. This truth resonates in the desert of your journey. The mirage preys on fleeting hopes, but your burning desire for your dream, backed by disciplined sacrifice, cuts through illusion. Hill reminds us that true achievement demands a fire that no distraction can extinguish. Keep that flame alive. Similarly, in The Power of Habit, Charles Duhigg notes, change might not be fast, and it isn't always easy. But with time and effort, almost any habit can be reshaped. When the mirage of quick fixes tempts, you remember this discipline is a habit forged in the slow heat of effort. Reshape your path one step at a time, and the desert of temptation will bow to your persistence. Lastly, Jim Rohn once said, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. The mirage offers a shortcut, a false bridge that collapses under your weight. Build the real bridge discipline and cross the desert to your dream, no matter how long it takes. These voices from the past echo the same true. Sacrifice and discipline are your only true guides. As we stand together in this desert of ambition, let's gather the lessons of the mirage. You've seen how distractions and false promises shimmer with allure, pulling you from the path of disciplined sacrifice. Through the stories of the student and the fitness enthusiast, through reflections on the nature of illusion and the cost of distraction, one truth emerges: big dreams demand big sacrifices, and discipline is your shield against the mirage. The key lesson here is to identify and resist the temptations that promise instant success, for they are but sand in disguise. Your true oasis, your dream, lies beyond the heat, beyond the struggle, waiting for you to claim it with steady, unrelenting steps. As you prepare to journey onward, carry this wisdom: the desert is vast, but your resolve is vaster. The next stretch of your path will test you further, revealing the inner strength needed to sustain sacrifice. But for now, etch this mantra into your soul, a beacon against every shimmering lie. See through the mirage, your true oasis awaits. Picture a blacksmith's forge, the air thick with heat and the scent of molten iron. Sparks fly as the hammer strikes each blow, a testament to raw will. You are that blacksmith standing before the anvil of your dreams. The blade you craft is your destiny, but it demands fire, sweat, and unyielding patience. Will you endure the burn to shape something unbreakable? This is the heart of forging your iron, will a mindset and discipline so fierce that no sacrifice can shatter it, no setback can dull its edge. In the pursuit of big dreams, you must embrace big sacrifices, and discipline is the hammer that transforms your raw potential into something extraordinary. Step into the forge with me. Feel the heat. Let's build a will that can withstand any storm. Imagine yourself as a writer hunched over a desk in the dim glow of a single lamp. Your fingers tremble as they tap out words, each sentence a fragile thread of hope. You've submitted your work a dozen times, only to receive rejection after rejection, each one a cold splash of doubt on your burning ambition. Friends murmur, "Why bother? Take a break." The world tempts you with easier paths, but deep within a voice roars, "Keep going." So you do. Every morning before the sun breaches the horizon, you rise and write. Some days the words bleed onto the page. Others, they mock you with their absence. Yet you show up. You sacrifice late nights with loved ones, lazy weekends, and the comfort of surrender. Why? Because you know that every word, every rejection is a strike of the hammer in the forge of your will. Months turn to years. Your desk is littered with crumpled drafts, but slowly something emerges. A manuscript, rough but real. One day an editor sees the fire in your words and says yes. That moment when your work finds a home is the blade gleaming in your hands, sharp and unbreakable. Like the blacksmith, you've endured the heat of failure, the weight of sacrifice to craft something enduring. The lesson is clear: discipline isn't just showing up. It's showing up when every fiber of you screams to stop. It's forging your will through the pain of rejection until your dream takes shape. Now see yourself as a single parent juggling the chaos of life with a dream burning in your chest. Your days are a blur, packing lunches, soothing tears, working long hours to keep the lights on. But late at night, when the house falls silent, you open a textbook. You're studying for a degree, a better career, a future where your child doesn't have to struggle as you do. Every page you turn is a sacrifice: sleep, personal time, the simple joy of rest. Your body aches, your mind whispers, tomorrow. Just rest tomorrow. But you don't. You set a timer for an hour, then two, carving out progress in the quiet dark. Routine becomes your anchor discipline, your shield against exhaustion. There are nights when doubt creeps in. What if you fail the exam? What if this is all for nothing? But you remember why you started, for your child's smile, for a life beyond scraping by. So you keep hammering, shaping your future with every late night study session. Years pass, and one day you walk across a stage diploma in hand, your child cheering in the crowd. That moment is your blade forged in the fire of sacrifice, tempered by unwavering discipline. The truth emerges: routine is the forge where dreams are made real. Each small, consistent act builds a will that nothing can break. Let's step back into the forge for a moment. Consider the blacksmith at work. The iron doesn't bend easily. It resists, it burns, it tests the maker's resolve. So too does life test you when you chase a big dream. Discipline isn't a gift, it's a fire you must stoke daily. It's the choice to rise when you're weary, to push, when you're bruised, to sacrifice fleeting pleasures for a lasting vision. How many times have you let the flame die, trading effort for comfort? How many dreams have you left unforged because the heat felt too fierce? Discipline is your hammer, and every sacrifice is a strike that shapes your will. It's not about perfection, it's about persistence. The blacksmith doesn't craft a blade in one blow, he strikes again and again, adjusting, enduring, until the edge is sharp. So must you. When rejection stings or exhaustion weighs heavy, remember the fire isn't your enemy, it's your teacher. It reveals what's weak in you, burns away doubt, and leaves behind a core of iron. Embrace the heat. Let it mold you into someone who can withstand any storm, who can sacrifice without breaking, who can dream without wavering. Think deeper now. A blacksmith knows the iron must endure immense pressure to become a blade. Sacrifice is that pressure in your life. It's the late nights, the missed celebrations, the quiet moments of loneliness as you grind toward your goal. Sacrifice isn't glamorous. It's a heavy stone you carry up a mountain step by grueling step. But here's the truth: that weight isn't a burden, it's a builder. It strengthens your shoulders, hardens your resolve, carves paths in your soul where none existed before. Have you ever stopped to ask, what am I willing to give up for my dream? What comforts must I release to wield the blade of my ambition? Sacrifice and discipline are intertwined like the hammer and anvil. You cannot have one without the other. Every time you say no to distraction, every time you choose the hard path over the easy escape, you're forging something greater. Picture your dream as a river cutting through stone, not in a day, not in a year, but over time through relentless flow. Sacrifice is the current, discipline is the force that keeps it moving. Together they shape the impossible into reality. So don't fear the weight, lift it, let it forge you. Now let's get practical. Discipline isn't a distant ideal, it's a habit you build brick by brick. Start small, but start now. Set a non-negotiable routine, even if it's just 15 minutes a day toward your dream. If you're writing, commit to one paragraph. If you're studying, tackle one chapter. Anchor this habit to a trigger, perhaps right after your morning coffee or before bed. Consistency is your hammer. Strike daily, no matter how small the blow. When temptation pulls you away, and it will pause, breathe. Ask yourself, will this distraction bring me closer to my blade or dull my edge? Write down one reason to keep going, even if it's as simple as I promised myself. Keep a log of your progress. Seeing the days stack up fuels your fire. As James Clear advises in Atomic Habits, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Build a system of discipline, a forge you return to daily, and watch how sacrifice becomes strength. Setbacks will come. Rejections, failures, moments when the heat feels unbearable, they're part of the process. When they strike, don't shatter. Temper yourself. First, step back. Don't react in the heat of emotion. Give yourself a moment to cool. Then assess, what can you learn from this? Write down one lesson, no matter how small. If a project fails, note what didn't work. If exhaustion wins, identify why you slipped. Next, reset with a single action. One step forward reignites your momentum. Rewrite a sentence, review a page. Take a walk to clear your mind. As Napoleon Hill wrote in Think and Grow Rich, every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. See setbacks as the fire that hardens your iron will. Use them to refine your discipline, to make your blade sharper. Keep striking. Your dream is waiting on the other side of the heat. Finally, let's reflect on resilience, the true blade you forge through discipline and sacrifice. Resilience isn't just bouncing back, it's growing stronger with every blow. The blacksmith doesn't fear the iron's resistance, he welcomes it, knowing it's the struggle that creates strength. So too must you welcome the struggles of your journey. Every sacrifice, every disciplined choice is a layer of steel added to your core. Can you see it yet, the person you're becoming through this fire? Are you ready to wield the blade of your own making? Resilience is born in the forge of daily choices. It's not loud or dramatic. It's quiet, steady, relentless. It's the writer who writes despite rejection, the parent who studies despite exhaustion. It's you choosing to stand firm when the world pushes you to kneel. As Viktor E. Frankl wrote in Man's Search for Meaning, when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Discipline and sacrifice are how you change. They forge a will that bends for no storm, a blade that cuts through any obstacle. Hold that truth close. Let it guide you. We've stood together in the forge, felt the heat of sacrifice, and wielded the hammer of discipline. You've seen how a writer's persistence and a parent's quiet resolve mirror the blacksmith's craft, each strike, each choice, shaping an unbreakable will. The key lesson remains: discipline is the fire that transforms sacrifice into strength, forging a mindset that endures any hardship for the sake of your big dream. It's not easy, but it's yours to build. Every day you show up, every sacrifice you embrace adds another layer to your iron will. As we step out of this forge, carry this truth with you: your blade is still taking shape. Keep hammering, keep enduring, for the next section of your journey awaits a deeper dive into wielding that blade with purpose. Until then, let this mantra echo in your soul. Final mantra: strike hard, your blade is forming. Picture yourself at the helm of a weathered ship, the horizon swallowed by a raging storm. Waves tower like mountains, crashing against your vessel with unrelenting fury. The wind howls, doubt creeps into your bones, and voices from the shore shout for you to turn back. Yet deep within you know this: your dream lies beyond these treacherous seas. Will you steer through the chaos, or will you surrender to the tempest? In this moment, your resolve is tested, your vision challenged. Welcome to the heart of your journey, where big dreams demand big sacrifices and discipline becomes your compass. You are navigating the stormy seas of life, and the only way forward is to stay focused amid chaos, doubt, and external pressures. Feel the salt on your skin, grip the wheel tighter, and let's chart a course through the turbulence. Your destination awaits, but only if you dare to endure. Imagine yourself as an athlete, your eyes fixed on a championship that feels like a distant star. Every morning you rise before dawn, lacing up worn-out sneakers, your muscles aching from yesterday's grind. The world around you scoffs. Why push so hard? They sneer. You're not good enough. Give up. Then comes the injury, a searing pain in your knee that halts your stride mid-run. Doctors shake their heads, friends urge rest, and your own mind whispers betrayal. Maybe they're right, but you refuse to abandon ship. Your dream is your North Star, and no storm will deter you. Day after day, you rebuild. You tape your knee, adjust your training, and endure grueling rehab sessions while others sleep. You ignore the naysayers, their voices fading like distant thunder. You focus on the rhythm of your breath, the thud of your heart, the vision of that championship podium. Months pass and the injury lingers, but so does your resolve. At the final race, with every sinew screaming, you cross the finish line, not just to compete, but to win. The crowd roars, but the true victory is in your soul. You've navigated the stormy seas of doubt and pain, proving that discipline is the anchor that holds you steady when the world tries to tear you apart. As your ship docks at the shore of triumph, you realize the lesson: staying focused amid chaos isn't just about winning, it's about refusing to sink. Now see yourself as a small business owner, your dream a fragile vessel in a sea of skepticism. You've poured your savings, your nights, your very spirit into a visionary idea, a product the world hasn't seen, a solution others can't yet grasp. Society tugs at your sails, urging you to play it safe. Friends and family plead, get a steady job. Why risk everything? Investors laugh, dismissing your pitch as a fool's errand. The pressure mounts like a tidal wave, threatening to capsize your ambition. Yet you hold the wheel with trembling hands. You spend sleepless nights refining your prototype, scraping by on ramen, while others dine in comfort. You face rejection after rejection, each no a jagged rock battering your hull. But you chart your course with unwavering focus. You study the market like a captain studies the stars, adjusting your strategy, seeking allies who believe in your vision. Slowly, a few customers emerge, then more. Years later, your idea transforms into a thriving enterprise, a beacon for others lost at sea. You've navigated the stormy seas of societal pressure and self-doubt, learning that discipline isn't just sacrifice, it's the courage to sail against the current until the world catches up. Your ship has weathered the tempest, and the takeaway shines: clear focus is your compass when the world screams to turn back. Pause for a moment and look at the storm around you. Not the physical gales, but the chaos of life, doubt gnawing at your resolve, external pressures pulling you off, coarse distractions luring you to safer shores. What if the storm isn't your enemy, but your greatest teacher? Like a ship battered by waves, you are shaped by resistance. Every gust of criticism, every wave of uncertainty forges your hull stronger, sharper, ready for the long voyage of your dreams. The stormy seas are not here to drown you. They are here to teach you how to sail with precision, with grit, with unyielding focus. Consider this: how often have you let the noise of others steer your ship? How many times have you drifted from your dream because the waters grew rough? The truth is, chaos is inevitable. Doubt will always whisper, pressures will always mount, but discipline is your rudder guiding you through the darkest squalls. As Napoleon Hill wrote in Think and Grow Rich, every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. The storm is your adversity, but within it lies the seed of your strength. Embrace it. Learn from it. Let it carve you into a captain who fears no tempest. Your dream is on the other side, waiting for you to master the art of focus amid the roar. Let's dive deeper into the heart of your journey. A ship navigating treacherous seas doesn't reach its destination by chance. It demands a captain willing to sacrifice comfort for the call of the horizon. So it is with your dreams. Big dreams need big sacrifices, and discipline is the compass that keeps you true. When the waves of doubt crash over you, when the winds of external pressure howl, sacrifice becomes your ballast, steadying your course. You give up late-night distractions for early morning grind. You trade fleeting pleasures for enduring progress. You let go of the shore's safety for the ocean's uncertainty. Have you ever wondered why so few reach their dreams? It's not because the seas are too stormy. It's because most turn back at the first sign of turbulence. But not you. You understand that every sacrifice is a brick in the cathedral of your vision. Every no to temptation is a yes to your future. Think of your dream as a distant island shimmering through the fog. The stormy seas stand between you and that shore. But with discipline as your compass, no wave is too high, no wind too fierce. Sacrifice isn't loss, it's investment. And the return, a life built on your terms, a legacy that outlasts the storm. When chaos swirls and doubt clouds your vision, you need a strategy to keep your ship on course. Here's how to stay focused amid the storm. First, anchor yourself with a daily ritual. Set a non-negotiable time each day, be it 5 minutes or an hour, to reconnect with your dream. Write down your goal, visualize the championship podium or the thriving business, and let that image be your lighthouse. Second, silence the noise. Identify the naysayers, the distractions, the external pressures, and create boundaries. Limit their access to your mind, unfollow, unplug, or simply say no. Third, track your progress like a captain logs a journey. Keep a journal of small wins, no matter how trivial. Ran a mile despite the pain, secured 1 new client. These are your coordinates, proof you're moving forward. Finally, when the storm feels unbearable, pause. Breathe. Ask yourself, am I 1 wave away from my destination? Often the answer will fuel you to press on. Discipline isn't a feeling, it's a choice. Make it daily and the seas will part before you. Doubt is a silent storm creeping into your mind when you least expect it. To navigate through it, arm yourself with actionable steps. Start by creating a storm shield, a list of reasons why you began this journey. Write down 3 core motivations for your dream. Is it freedom, impact, legacy? Keep this list close. When doubt strikes, read it like a map to remind yourself of your why. Next, break your voyage into smaller legs. Big dreams can overwhelm, so focus on the next port, not the final island. If you're an athlete, aim for today's workout, not the championship. If you're a visionary, target one customer, not a global empire. Small steps build momentum, and momentum drowns doubt. Lastly, seek a crew. Surround yourself with 1 or 2 allies who believe in your dream, mentors, friends or peers who've weathered their own storms. Their encouragement is wind in your sails. As Stephen R. Covey advised in The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, begin with the end in mind. Keep your destination vivid, and doubt will never capsize your ship. As you sail through these stormy seas, remember that the chaos is temporary, but the beauty beyond is eternal. Every dream worth chasing lies on the other side of struggle. The athlete's podium, the visionary's empire, they gleam like a golden shore after months of rough waters. But the true beauty isn't just in the arrival. It's in who you become while navigating the tempest. The storms of doubt and pressure strip away your fears, revealing a resilience you didn't know you had. They teach you to trust your instincts, to rely on your discipline, to find strength in sacrifice. Ask yourself, what if the storm is the price of transformation? What if every wave you conquer is a brushstroke on the masterpiece of your life? The stormy seas are not a punishment, they are a passage. And as you steer through them, you carve a story of grit, of focus, of unwavering resolve. Jim Rohn once said, "Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better." So don't curse the storm. Welcome it. Let it shape you into a captain who can sail any sea chase, any dream, and conquer any challenge. Your destination is near, and the view from the other side will take your breath away. You've journeyed through the stormy seas, felt the sting of doubt, and faced the gales of external pressure. You've seen how an athlete's unyielding grit and a visionary's bold persistence can turn chaos into triumph. You've learned that discipline is your compass, sacrifice your ballast, and focus your North Star. The key lesson rings true. Staying focused amid turmoil is not just a skill, it's the very heartbeat of your dream. Big dreams need big sacrifices, and every storm you navigate brings you closer to the shore of your vision. As you stand at the helm, weathered but unbroken, know that the seas will rage again, but so will your resolve. Hold fast, keep your eyes on the horizon, and trust the course you've charted. The next leg of this voyage awaits with new challenges and deeper lessons. Until then, let this truth guide you through every tempest. Final mantra, steer steady, your dream is beyond the storm. You stand before a towering block of raw stone chisel in hand, the weight of your dreams pressing against your chest. Each strike echoes with the sacrifices you've made. Nights without sleep, comforts forsaken, doubts silenced. Why do you keep carving? Because deep within that stone lies your legacy, a masterpiece only your disciplined hands can reveal. This is the transformation you fought for, the journey from sacrifice to triumph. You're not just shaping stone, you're inspiring a generation to pick up their own tools and build something eternal. Welcome to the heart of your story, where big dreams demand big sacrifices and discipline becomes your sharpest blade. You've walked through storms of doubt and scaled mountains of hardship. Now you stand at the precipice of impact, ready to reflect on how far you've come and to ignite that same fire in others. Feel the power in your grip. See the vision taking form. This section, Carving Your Legacy, is about recognizing the beauty of your struggle and using it to light the way for those still searching in the dark. Let's begin. Picture yourself as a young musician, fingers raw from endless strumming, voice hoarse from singing to empty rooms. You've sacrificed stability for passion, turned down steady jobs, ignored the whispers of "get real," and poured every spare dime into a dream no one else could hear. Years pass. You play in dive bars, face rejection from labels, and wonder if the melody in your soul will ever reach the world. But you don't stop. You discipline yourself to write one more song, practice one more hour, even when the silence of failure feels louder than any applause. Then it happens. After a decade of chiseling away at the stone of obscurity, you step onto a world stage. The lights blind you, the crowd roars, and every note you play carries the weight of your sacrifices. You're no longer just a dreamer, you're a beacon. In the front row, a teenager clutches a guitar, eyes wide with awe. They see your triumph, but they don't yet know the years of grit behind it. After the show, they approach trembling and say, "You've inspired me to keep going." In that moment, you realize your legacy isn't just the music, it's the courage you've planted in someone else's heart. Like a sculptor chiseling stone, every sacrifice was a strike, every doubt a chip removed. You didn't create a masterpiece overnight, you built it through relentless discipline. The lesson here is clear: your triumph isn't just for you. It's a signal to others that the impossible can be carved into reality one determined blow at a time. Now imagine yourself as a community leader, someone who saw injustice and refused to look away. You sacrificed personal gain, long hours at a desk job, weekends with family financial security to build a movement for change. You organized marches, knocked on doors, and spoke truths that made others uncomfortable. There were nights when exhaustion clawed at you, when the weight of apathy from those around you felt like a stone too heavy to lift. Yet you disciplined yourself to show up, to speak louder, to keep pushing even when progress seemed invisible. Decades later, you stand in a town square surrounded by people whose lives have been transformed by your work. Children play in a park you fought to create. Families thrive in homes you helped secure. A young activist approaches gratitude in their eyes and says, "Because of you, I believe we can win." Your sacrifices have become their foundation. You've not only changed a community, you've inspired a new wave of warriors to carry the torch. Like a sculptor, you struck at the stone of despair until it revealed hope. Each sacrifice shaped something enduring, something bigger than yourself. The lesson shines: bright discipline turns personal sacrifice into collective triumph, and your legacy becomes a blueprint for others to build upon. Pause for a moment and look at the stone before you. It's rough, unyielding, and heavy with the sacrifices you've made. Every choice to say no to ease, every moment you pushed past pain, every dream you held on to when the world laughed, it's all embedded in this rock. But here's the truth: sacrifice isn't a burden. It's the raw material of your greatness. Without it, there's no statue to carve, no legacy to leave. How many times have you seen sacrifice as loss instead of investment? How often have you forgotten that every chip you remove brings you closer to triumph? Think of your journey as a river cutting through a canyon. It doesn't carve its path in a day. It erodes stone over years, relentless and unapologetic. So too must you be with your discipline. Sacrifice isn't the end, it's the beginning. It's the fire that tempers steel, the storm that shapes the oak. When you reflect on your transformation, see not just the pain, but the power it forged within you. And when you inspire others, show them that their own stone of sacrifice holds a masterpiece waiting to be revealed. Your discipline journey isn't just a personal victory, it's a lighthouse for those lost in their own darkness. Now let's dig deeper. Your triumph isn't a solitary peak, it's a ripple that spreads across an ocean of lives. You've carved your statue, yes, but its shadow falls on others, urging them to pick up their chisels. Have you considered the weight of your example? Have you realized that every disciplined step you took wasn't just for you, but for the countless eyes watching, learning, and daring to believe? Think of your legacy as a seed planted in barren ground. Through sacrifice and discipline, you nurtured it, shielded it from drought, and watched it grow into a mighty tree. Now others rest in its shade, gather strength from its branches, and plant seeds of their own. Inspiration isn't a fleeting spark, it's a chain of fire passing from one soul to the next. Napoleon Hill once wrote, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve." Your triumph proves this truth, and by sharing your story, you help others conceive their own impossible dreams. Reflect on this: your disciplined journey doesn't end with your success. It begins anew in every heart you ignite. When the road feels long and your sacrifices weigh heavy, take a moment to anchor yourself. Pause, breathe, grab a journal, or simply close your eyes and reflect on how far you've come. Write down 3 sacrifices you've made for your dream, be it time, comfort, or pride. Then beside each, note one way it's brought you closer to triumph. This isn't just nostalgia, it's fuel. Seeing your journey on paper reminds you that every strike of the chisel matters. Next, recommit. Whisper to yourself, I'm not done carving. Choose one small disciplined action for the day, whether it's an hour of focused work, a conversation to inspire someone, or a step toward your next goal. Discipline isn't a grand gesture, it's a daily vow. As Jim Rohn said, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Build that bridge one brick at a time. Your legacy isn't built in a single swing. It's shaped by the quiet, consistent choices you make when no one is watching. Your triumph is a gift, but its true power lies in how you share it. Want to inspire others. Don't just tell your story, live it boldly. Identify one person in your circle who's struggling with their own dream. Reach out. Share a specific moment of sacrifice from your journey and how discipline carried you through. Be raw, be real. Then challenge them to take one actionable step toward their goal and offer to walk alongside them for that step. Additionally, model discipline in your daily life. Show up on time. Finish what you start. Let your actions be the chisel that shapes their belief in what's possible. Remember, inspiration isn't about grand speeches. It's about the quiet strength others see in you. Your legacy grows when you help someone else pick up their tools and start carving their own stone. Let's stand back and gaze at the sculpture you've created. It's not perfect. There are rough edges, scars from missteps, and marks of battles fought. But it's yours, a testament to every sacrifice, every disciplined moment. Here's a timeless truth. Your legacy isn't a finished piece. It's an eternal process. Even as you triumph, the stone of life offers new challenges, new surfaces to shape. Are you ready to keep carving, even when the world applauds what you've already done? Picture your legacy as a mountain peak piercing the clouds. You've climbed to this height through grit and sacrifice, and now others look up inspired to ascend their own slopes. But the mountain doesn't end here. There are higher summits, new vistas to explore. Discipline yourself to keep moving, to keep shaping, because your journey of transformation doesn't just inspire, it evolves. As Les Brown reminds us, you have greatness within you. Let that greatness drive you to carve deeper, to inspire wider, and to build a legacy that stands against the winds of time. You've walked through the dust of sacrifice, struck at the stone of doubt, and emerged with a legacy that speaks of triumph. Reflecting on your transformation, you see now that every hardship was a necessary blow, every disciplined choice a step toward unveiling your masterpiece. You've inspired others not by accident, but by the sheer force of your journey, a journey that proves big dreams demand big sacrifices. The key lesson of this chapter resonates like a hammer's echo. Your disciplined sacrifices carve a legacy that outlives you, inspiring generations to wield their own chisels with courage. As you stand before your sculpture, know that this is not the end. The next chapter of your story awaits with new stones to shape and new lives to touch. Keep your tools sharp, your heart fierce, and your vision clear. The world is watching, ready to learn from the monument you build. Final mantra: keep carving. Your legacy is your eternal flame.